What's going on, everyone? My name is Talon Sai and you are watching Sunday GUNDAY. I hope you guys are all having a great Sunday so far. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about training, firearms training between pistols, rifles, shotguns, and possibly even archery. We're taking a look at this product right here, the Mantis 10x, and this should be able to integrate with all of those platforms. Today I'm mainly going to be focusing on how you can use this thing with handguns and other types of pistols. So the X10 is one of Mantis's more higher end products. It's going to give you a ton of functionality and it comes in this little hard-sided case here. On the inside we have a ton of different accessories to mount the actual unit up to a few different platforms. So right here we actually have the Mantis X10 unit itself, which is compatible with Picatinny rail mounts. We also have this sort of plastic pick rail sleeve here, which you can mount to the barrel of a shotgun or an AR, or really any rifle for that matter. We also have a few different rubber pads there to keep the thing secure, a charge cable, and a few other mounting options like 3M Picatinny rail, which you could just like stick on pretty much anything if you want to get some analytics on your weapon manipulation. So what does this little thing actually do? How will this help you improve your shooting, and how will it help you save on ammo? Because you can use this thing live fire or dry fire. So the first time I tested this thing, I mounted it up to my ZEV 320 right here. Haven't done a video on this gun yet, but I might get around to it in the future. You can pull down on the spring-loaded tab up front and then slip it onto your rail. It's a pretty snug fit on this gun, but it is universal, so you can put it on pretty much anything. So that is it, mounted up to the rail. It has a single button on the bottom. If I press and hold that, it will turn on with that green LED indicator, letting you know that this thing is ready to pair. Now you can pair this device to the Mantis X app, and if you guys know me, you'll know that I typically don't like apps that you're pairing to physical products. However, this one works really fast, and I've been pretty surprised with it so far. When I took it out for live fire testing, I did have it mounted up to my iPhone, but you can also get the app through the Google Play Store, any Android device, and also tablets like an iPad. Now I just downloaded the app to my iPad so you can see how the connection works in real time. So this is what we're working with here when you launch the app. You can sign in with an Apple ID, Facebook, or whatever. We're just gonna skip all that stuff now and get right into the functionality of the app. To connect this thing, again, it says to turn the device on. Simply click connect. And just like that, that was all real time there. It instantly connects to the device. Now right here is sort of the training library of all of the different things you can do with this device. The X10 Elite is going to give you the most functionality because you are able to use this thing with live fire. You can do things like a holster draw analysis and even a recoil meter, which you guys saw on the intro there. You get a daily challenge, which this one is called Cup of Water. We're going to check that one out in a little bit. And then you have a bunch of other drills here. You get benchmark drills, a surprise trigger break drill, primary hand, support hand, and a lot of different things you can go through in here. At the bottom, you'll find the introduction courses and basic marksmanship. This is actually something that you could use as a brand new shooter to sort of get your fundamentals dialed in. Now, a product like this is going to be good for pretty much everyone. Even the top tier shooters, you're going to be able to use a product like this and sort of analyze what you are doing, whether you're getting a 100% score on all of these tests or not. This device will give you real-time feedback of how you are manipulating your firearm. Now, if we dive into the settings here, this is where you can actually pick how you are using this device. So whether you're using a pistol or rifle. For now, we're going to be using a pistol. I am right-handed. We're going to be dry firing because ammo is crazy expensive right now. Live fire does, of course, work with this unit. And then depending on how you have it mounted, I have it mounted in the forward position. You can also mount it backwards if you need to. You can choose your mount location, bottom, top, left, right of the firearm, and then a bunch of other settings for audio feedback, troubleshooting, and it even shows you your battery life right down here. We're at about 83%. Now I have been testing this thing for a little while in conjunction with my phone, but since I did not sign in, I'm actually going to run through the introduction and go through some of the basic, advanced, and maybe even the elite marksmanship courses on here. So let's start with the introduction. So now the introduction at the top here is going to walk you through a lot of the different courses that are through here, starting with the open training. It's telling me to do 5 shots, dry practice in open training. So if I open that up, again, it's telling me here to go into the settings and pick whether I'm shooting live rounds, right-handed or left-handed, and all of the things that I just covered. So we're gonna click start. The Mantis X is now analyzing my movement data in real time, and it's looking for dry practice shots. This gun is in a safe condition. I do have an empty mag in here, and I'm actually using this in conjunction with a little laser module in there, so I can actually shoot at a target if I want to, and I can see where my shots are falling on my walls, on light switches, on doorknobs, and whatever you may be dry firing at. So here we go. I'm gonna push out. I'm just gonna shoot at the corner of a television. Break one nice clean shot, and it gives you a score. Rack it again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great shooting. Go ahead and tap the stop button to see some summary statistics of the 5-shot session. So we'll click stop. And now this app is going to analyze all of those dry fire shots that I just took, and it will tell you how to improve your shooting. Again, if you are like super top tier shooter, then chances are you could shoot 100 with this. However, I have like held the gun down on a table and tried to get a perfect score, and it's not that easy. So regardless of your level, this thing is going to give you some good feedback. Now you'll notice the red rings around the center of the target here. I'm gonna click on the top little ring there. And this is telling me that for some of those shots, I was breaking my wrist upwards. It shows you what it should look like and how it possibly looked when you were taking the shot, and it tells you how to correct your issue as well. So to correct the issue, keep my wrists locked and straight during the trigger press. Make sure that the angle of the wrist stays the same throughout all of the phases of the shot. Cool, that's something for me to work on now. If I click off to the right there, this says that I was healing, which means I need to keep my dominant arm and shoulder in place to prevent any movement. This is a common thing with anticipating recoil, although we're not actually experiencing any recoil here. And those are very minute movements that this thing has been picking up on. If I move over to the next slide, it gives you even more data. It shows you your trigger press movement, your hold movement, and then the next one is probably the coolest. It's actually showing you where your take up is and where you're aiming at your target. So again, I'm just aiming at the corner of a television. So here, this is showing me how the gun was actually moving during each trigger press. So the blue line is as I'm pulling the gun up and trying to find where I'm shooting. Again, I'm just shooting at the corner of a television. And then as I get closer to the wall and it's about to break, it will turn yellow, the shot goes off, and it shows you where your impact actually was. Now if I click the little play button down here, it actually runs that back in real time. That's exactly what the gun was doing as I was dry firing over into the corner of my office. You can go through each different shot here. Let's take a look at the second one here. So you'll notice that little red spike in the middle there. What happened there was as the trigger broke, that is probably when I was sort of pulling the gun upwards. In an ideal world, you wouldn't see any movement on this. It would just be a single dot right where you want the shot to go. But again, not everyone is perfect. So now we're back in the menu. Let's check out the next one. We're going to perform the benchmark drill. So let's just do the regular benchmark. We'll click start. And the point for this one is to just shoot 10 shots in a row. Time is not of issue here. You just want to make sure your trigger presses are nice, crisp and clean. Trying to make best shots as possible. I'm gonna speed this one up a little bit. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Average score of 89.7, which is not bad for going pretty quickly there. Now, if we move through, you can see as I was speeding up there, we got a lot of different things that we can correct. Let's check out this one over here. Tightening my grip while pulling the trigger. So there again, dry fire, it's gonna be a little bit different than live fire, but it's telling me that I was gripping down on the gun a little bit too hard, and it will give you a fix for no matter where your shots are going during this. If I move back over here, it's showing me my different scores in a line graph. Again, the trigger press movement and the hold movement. And what I could do is improve slapping the trigger. I know for a fact I wasn't really slapping the trigger there, but I was moving pretty quickly, so that is what it's picking up on. How about we get into the timed benchmark now? When the buzzer sounds, shoot as fast as you can while still maintaining proper trigger control and a sight picture for each shot. This one is timed, so let me turn up the volume here on the iPad. This gun is ready to rock. Don't have a holster for this thing, obviously, so I'm just gonna have it sitting here on the table in front of me, and we're gonna click start. Shooter ready? .97. Now I'm just gonna click stop on that one, scroll over and check it out. Average score, so there you will see that there's no red rings, which means I shot pretty good on that one. And again, looking at the other graphs, everything looks pretty good here. Now you'll notice on this graph here, because I'm picking the gun up and bringing it into my sight picture, you'll notice the blue line is squiggling all over the place. If we press start, you'll see me bring the gun up, get it on target, and pull that shot off. It looks like a pretty good shot. Now, one of the coolest things with this little device that I've experienced so far is definitely the live fire. Like I mentioned, you can shoot it with a pistol, rifle, shotgun. Supposedly, you can even mount this thing up to a bow and use it for archery. So when I went out to the range the other day, I put it on this gun right here, which I had previously never shot before. I mounted up the Mantis X and we jumped right into the recoil meter. Now when shooting a brand new gun, you of course have to get used to the ergonomics of it, and you have to be really precise with the shots that you're taking so you can understand how to manipulate the firearm, how to hold it, how much grip you need, and there's a lot of different factors that go into this. So I sent about 10 shots downrange pretty quickly too. I probably could have taken my time just a little bit. And then these were the results that I was left with. So the first shot there was obviously all over the place because I was bringing the gun up into my sight picture and trying to focus on where I was actually at on target. It's not a great one to look at, so let's just move over to the second shot where I'm actually on target already and it's showing me my recoil. So in this portion of the app here, it's showing me my recovery time, which is a recovery time of 0.03 seconds, which means I've been shooting this thing pretty flat, especially for the first time. As that recoil is coming back, I'm getting the dot right back on target pretty quickly. We have a muzzle rise of 10.32 degrees. Now in the future, I'd love to try it with a gun like this, which is compensated because I guarantee you this gun shoots a lot flatter than the 320. So I'm assuming if I would throw the Mantis on this, a gun that I have shot quite a lot, that muzzle rise would be much less than 10, probably closer to 5 and maybe even sub 5. And then we can move through the rest of the shots here. As you can see, all of them are pretty linear, which is good. I may be gripping a little bit too much. It looks like I might be pulling up and to the right a little bit. That could be a few different things, and if I go into the app, it will actually tell me what I can do to resolve that. But overall there, I shot 10 rounds with this gun for the first time, seeing my data and all the analytics in real time, and I shot a pretty decent score, so this thing is showing its value to me at least already. So now while I have the app open in front of me here, let's check out whatever this daily challenge is. It says cup of water. Balance a cup of water on your head, or an empty cup if you're a wimp, and fire 10 shots. Man, I wasn't expecting that. Man, a cup of water. Oh, this is so dumb. I was not expecting to do this in this video. All right, so a cup of water. I don't want to spill a whole lot in case this thing falls off. All right. Seated position. Actually, let me stand up for this. Let's make it even more challenging. All right, cup of water on my head. Gonna pick up the gun. Gonna get rid of the mag for this. Start. All right, out on target. Shot one. Ooh, I gotta be careful when racking that slide. Oh, it's sliding. Oh my gosh. Guess I should be going for time here too, because there's a total time. Oh man. 9. 10. All right, my score was 96. I'm better than 96% of shooters. I'll take that. Done. Let's see what these look like. Not too bad. It looks like I was breaking my wrist up a little bit again. And then this one down here, I was tightening my grip while pulling the trigger. That might have been when the cup was about to slide off my head. I might have like tensed up a little bit and gripped down. So that one was pretty fun. I, again, was not expecting that. I think we should turn this into a competition. Let me call a friend and see if he's up for a challenge. Yo, you busy? I just want everyone to know how much better of a shot I am than you. This is a challenge, yeah. Okay. Welcome to the arena.
What is this?
So I'm playing with the Mantis, and we have a daily challenge, and I literally didn't know what it was. We're gonna be using this right here.
Okay.
Pony. This is a daily challenge. Click on that and read it.
Cup of water.
Yep.
Balance a cup of water on your head or an empty cup if you're a wimp and fire 10 shots.
So
that'll work, man.
here's your cup of water.
Oh, this will not end well.
And you can shoot at whatever. Hold on, you gotta click start too.
Oh, you better do that for me because
I had to do it. So this is for accuracy and I guess time too, if you want to do it for time.
All right. Oh, it's already going.
Oh. 92.2.
I have a bump on top of my head that's probably gonna kill me, so I'm not made for this.
I almost lost it one time. That's good. Woo! Oh! Ruining my
Why'd I even
carpet,
come up
dude.
here?
You got 6 more to go.
No.
You're gonna fill it to the top.
To the top. It's the lack of weight, I think.
The lack of.
And again, it's your carpet, not mine.
Yeah, you're right.
Gotta find the spot on the head.
Oh, man.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just watching the cup right now.
This doesn't feel good at all.
5. Shot 6. 7. 8. Oop. 9. 10. You shot a 89.5. You're better than 23%.
Cool. 20.
Cool.
Thanks for the confidence boost. I'll be down in my office.
I'm not going to tell you my score.
What was your score?
You'll just watch it in the video.
What was your score?
You'll see. You'll see. So there you guys have some of the pistol drills. I'm actually going to try to mount this up to a rifle, I guess, if I have one that it will mount to. Let's do it with the old faithful Honey Badger right here. 300 blackout. Slide this thing off of the pistol. Slide it right over here. And let's just get into just a regular open training again. This one you can shoot as much as you want, and it will give you feedback on all of your shots. So, oh, you know what? I didn't update the settings. Stop, settings, rifle, dry fire. This is mounted backwards now because it's upside down on top, and it's mounted to the top. Okay, back to training. Set the gun down on a still surface to calibrate it. So I'll set it right there and should be calibrated. So again, let's see. Click start. 76. Ooh. Oh, right there it actually counted me racking that. All right, let's stop that. We're gonna disregard some of those there because it was actually feeling me pull the bolt back. And as you can see here, with a platform like this where I have more points of contact with the firearm, my groups are a little bit tighter. Just a little squiggle around there, boom, shot, and that one looks good. A little bit of up and down movement, got that break, everything looks good. I don't know what happened there on the 4. That must have been when I was actually racking this thing. And then 5, 6, again, it caught me pulling the bolt back. And then 7, back to normal. So there you guys have a look at the Mantis X10. Really cool training device. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with it. And this is something that I'm definitely going to be utilizing here in the future. If If you're taking out someone who's new at shooting and you're not good at actually seeing how they're pulling the trigger, or you're not good at reading a target to tell what they might be doing wrong, a lot of people like to say Glock shoot left and low. Well, no, not exactly. If you throw something like this on there, you can address their issues, and I guarantee you, with enough practice, they're going to be able to correct their issues as well. Now, there's a lot more functionality in this app that I, of course, did not get into, so if you guys want to find out more about this thing, I will leave some links in the description down below where you can pick one of these up for yourself and really get into the nitty-gritty of what this thing is capable of. If you have any questions from my standpoint, let me know in the comments down below, and I will try to answer anything as best as possible. And I believe that's going to be all for today. So, if you are new here, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every single week. As always, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.